So, hello everyone, welcome to Sam's Books Review. And today I am gonna review the book named The New Spring. This is the zeroth book of the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan, and I'm really very excited to share my thoughts. So, now let's get into it. First of all, the overview of this book. This incident took place when Nand has been born along the slopes of the Dragon Mount, and this has been known to the White Tower by the foretelling of one of the Aes Sedai. So they want to bring him under their control so they can able to prepare him for the Lost War. But there are some black Aja and a red Aja. They wanted to get rid of this infant child. So there has been chaos in the White Tower, and Moraine or Moine, protagonist of the story, begins the search for that dragon reborn, and she has been accommodated by Lan in the middle of this book, and that is how the plot progresses. And now let us talk about something when to read it. This has been question for many of the Wheel of Time fans, and many would say after 10th book it is a good point. But as far as my experience, I have finished till the fifth book, Fires of Heaven. I would recommend read this new spring book alongside with the Fires of Heaven. So that is a good idea, I think so, because the first 600 pages of Fires of Heaven it feels like a slog. So you can able to accompany this in that portion so that you won't get bored. And if I do have any change in opinions, if I do read about the 10th book, if I do have any change in opinions, I will mention that in the comment section. Uh, that will take some time. Okay, I will let you know. Okay, but you can't start this as a first book of the series because there are a lot of terms being discussed here without any introduction, a lot of places. It is not a big journey related book, but still you gotta need to be familiar with the map in order to get a good experience of this book. So at least you should have read the first three books of the series. So now let me share the overall experience of this book. I'm just getting the same feeling again and again. I'm really disappointed. Um, this has been the fourth time I am saying I've been disappointed with the Wheel of Time book. But yeah, that is the nature of this series. It is really very short book actually. We were just 400 pages with very short word counts, but still there is nothing to deal with. If they have a simple plot and they would have written a better story with that, but here there is nothing actually. Um, it does felt like a pointless prequel for me. So now let's get into the review. There are spoiler and spoiler free. First of all, I'd love to talk about spoiler free review. You can, if you have read this book, jump to the spoiler review. Okay, I will give that in the time frame. So first of all, the spoiler free. The main reason this book doesn't work because we do know the main purpose of this book is not going to be accomplished because in the starting of the Eye of the World, we do know Moraine finds Rand after 18 years after this incident, I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong. So the main purpose is not going to happen. So that just somewhat taken back, and we do know the future, right? So there is no suspense. It is just like a felt like a boredom. It just felt like a hopeless wandering. This just happened to me with some of the books. For example, in Feast of Crows, where Brienne searches for Sansa Stark. We don't know, but she's been in with the Arryn, uh, Vale of Arryn. I am somewhat not familiar with those names. Somewhat 2 years back, I have read that. So yeah, um, this somewhat that felt like a hopeless wandering, just like a slog. Here also, we I do felt like. a slog to me because we don't know the purpose is not going to be accomplished, and the incidents I didn't pay any attention at all. And most importantly, there is no feel for the characters. Okay, there are only two main protagonist POV characters, Moraine and Lan, but only two. There must be some other characters who could have given more importance in this book. Actually, just they two trying to take upon the whole book, it's not working for me. At least the non-point of view character, they didn't felt like an important to be at all in this book. And honestly speaking, I can't able to understand that Lance past. Okay, he does have a house where it has been destroyed by Trollocs. That is a slight idea I am getting. I don't know whether for the future Lance past has been uh, plays a big role in the future of this books. If you think so, do mention that. I will try to figure out what's his past been. Okay, so some of the things are really good, where all the Aes Sedais were young, Elida, Suan, and Moraine. Their whole sequence has been somewhat better in the first part of the book, and Lan and Moraine they get along together in this book, and their bonding has been explained pretty well in my opinion. So yeah, there are more of a crack vein in this book than the good stuffs. So yeah, that's all I can talk about the fire spoiler-free review. Now let's get to the spoiler. Okay, first of all, the rift between Elida and Moraine and Swan, where the fourth book, The Shadow Rising, where Elida just throws away Swan from the Emerald seat. I can get a full picture of that, why all these incidents happen. This would have added more value to it. And I just love the sequence on the whole. Um, but there are some switching and stacking screens has been mentioned in depth, which is somewhat a not Robert Jordan's style of writing. He mentioned that often, but he won't elaborate those things in the any book, in my opinion. So that felt slightly awkward, but I don't have any problems with that. This is somewhat a punishment which has been used 50 years ago. So yeah, I can get it why these things have been explained in depth, but yeah, this just gives some cohesive feel. So and the thing, the red Aja and the black Aja are trying to kill Rand, um, and they are just not able to find the actual red dragon reborn, right? They just wanted to kill every child who does have a luck factor with them. This just makes all the red and the black aja as a total nonsense. A fools, literally. Um, what they are actually doing, they're just killing a 80-year-old boy, Dick. I think so. I pronounced the name right. I don't get it. All these characters feel so vulnerable, so stupid, uh, whatever. And I don't feel any um, emotions for the characters. They just feel so bland, not 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 at all working out to be in this book. And the turnarounds, Robert Jordan just tried to give some surprise in this book, but everything is eventually failed. It's been explained like Rainy's been a dog friend. Okay, what next? And Marine is a black aja. Interesting, but I don't care. This is what my whole experience of this book. I've never moved an inch. I've never felt anything surprising elements or any emotions. This just felt like very bland. I'm just not getting anything from this book. Just it felt like a pointless prequel for me. This shouldn't have written on any case. It doesn't give any backstories, any good backstories at all. There's more of a crack brain. So, okay, I would recommend not to read this book. Okay, so yeah, don't be harsh with me. I just want to express my opinion. If you do so, felt like me, do mention that in the comment section. So we can get into the final section of this video that the rating has been given. I would give 2 out of 5. I haven't read any book worse than this, to be honest. Maybe I can give 1 out of 5, but I don't think that would be pretty too harsh. Maybe I can change my mind later on. But now, okay, I can give it a solid 2 out of 5. So, upon the future of this channel, I just reading a lot of chaos, and I've been loving this a lot. A huge setup for the book actually, because the first 250 pages I ever read, it just kept intact, really very lovable. I hope I can finish the book for the next Thursday and I can able to publish the video. But yeah, 750 pages. This is somewhat a lot of work to be pulled upon. Okay, so yeah, until then, tata bye bye. I will see you in the next video pretty soon enough. Bye.